Office of the President apologizes for appointing a deceased man to leadership position. Office of the President apologizes and extends its deepest condolences to the family of late Steward Sorobo Budia, who passed away 5 years ago without their prior knowledge. The Office of the President has recently appointed Budia, a man who died 5 years ago, to the R-Axis leadership body, the Committee for Dialogue on Election-Related Matters. The Office of the President has learned with regret that one of the signatories of the R-Axis, Mr. Steward Sorobo Budia, whose name was submitted for inclusion as a member of the leadership body of the parties signatory to the R-Axis and stakeholders to the revitalized peace agreement for dialogue on election-related matters through a Republican order dated 30 January 2026, has regrettably died, stated Office of the President by Press Secretary David Amor Majur. It is now evident that a thorough verification was not done by one of the stakeholders, resulting in this unfortunate administrative oversight, stressed Office of the President. Budia's appointment has sparked concern, raising questions about the logic of appointing a deceased individual and subsequently offering condolences to his family, thereby reopening old wounds. In a letter dated February 2nd, the family of the late Steward Soroba said they were deeply concerned and distressed by the inclusion, which they described as a serious cultural and spiritual violation. The relatives of Steward Sorobo Budia expressed deep dismay, characterizing the appointment of a deceased individual as a cultural and spiritual breach, and requesting moral compensation for awakening his spirit without authorization. The family's official statement was delivered by James Bob, a South Sudanese prominent civil society and policy commentator. Critics describe such an appointment as not just an administrative error, but rather a symptom of a failed government. Please subscribe to the SSGTV South Sudan Global.
I just wanted to respond as a representative of the family of Honorable Steward Sorobo, who appears in the list of an order established by His Excellency the President on election-related matters, and also the letter of clarification that came out this morning that the office of the President or the President himself is not aware that our dad has died. And in the spirit and the context of that letter and the appointment of our late father, the family would wanted to provide these public statements. And this public statement is written in a form that can be submitted to the Office of the President and also can become a public document. And I wanted to go directly to read this letter word by word for the benefit of the Office of the President and also for the benefit of the people of South Sudan and also for the benefit of the family of Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia. This letter is addressed to the Office of the President, the Republic of South Sudan, Juba, South Sudan. The reference is about clarification and demand for ratification regarding the appointment of late Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia. And Your Excellency, we, the family of late Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia, writes to you with deep concern and distress regarding the recent circulation of the Republican order in which the name of our late father and the relative Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia was included as a member of the leadership body of the party signaling the revitalized agreement of the resolution of conflict in South Sudan, R-Axis, and as well as among stakeholders for dialogue and election-related matters. The appointment of the deceased person is not only an administrative error, but also a serious cultural and spiritual violation. In our culture, it's unacceptable to invoke or to awaken the soul and the spirit of the deceased without the knowledge, consent, or involvement of the family. Since the circulation of the first list, our family and the wider communities have been dismayed, emotionally affected, and also spiritually disturbed by this action. As a family, we demand appropriate reparations for the disturbances of the soul and the spirit of the late Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia in accordance with our cultural values and traditions. Over the years, since his passing, the government of South Sudan and the government of the Republic of South Sudan has repeatedly failed to recognize or accept a family-appointed representative to represent and uphold the political legacy of late Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia. Despite such arrangements having been made of other diseases leaders, this continuous exclusion has compounded our pain, raises serious concerns about equity, recognition, respect for contribution to the nation. The late Honorable Steward Sorobo was a prominent and a seasoned politician whose role in the liberation struggle cannot be overlooked. He actively participated in the struggle between the SPLM, SPLA, and the former enemy, the Sudan Armed Forces under the National Congress Party in Khartoum. His service to South Sudan was exemplary. He has served as a commissioner for Greater Yei and subsequently as a Minister for Information and Communication under the leadership of His Excellency General Kelemen Wani Konga, who was the governor for Central Equatorial State. Until his death, Honorable Steward Sorobo was the president of the United Democratic Party and also is a signatory to the Axis. We acknowledge and take note of the clarifications issued by the Office of the President, in which the inclusion of late Honorable Steward Sorobo Budia in the Republican order was described as an intentional administrative error. We further acknowledge the assurance that steps are underway to amend the order and replace his name, as well as the condolence extended to our family. While this acknowledgement is noted, we emphasize that the gravity of this matter goes beyond a simple correction of names. Accordingly, we hereby demand the following. 1. Immediate ratification of the Republican order and formal public clarification to prevent further distress. 2. Recognition of the family rights to designate a representative to carry forward the political legacy of late Honorable